The Syrian war theatre has become the scene for some of the scariest chemical attacks of the 21st century. In many acts of this tragedy, it is still not known to this very day who launched noxious projectiles that have killed hundreds, if not thousands, of people. For years, the so-called fact-finding mission, an initiative of a UN-backed chemical watchdog, has been tasked with dotting the I's.
The establishment of a fact-finding mission was based on the general authority of the OPCW Director General to seek to uphold at all times the object and purpose of the Chemical Weapons Convention.
In a report on a series of chemical incidents in Idlib in 2015, the mission showed a drawing of an alleged munition used in one of the attacks. What they didn't mention, though, was that using such a device as a bomb didn't make sense. It was loaded not with chlorine, but rather chemicals that needed to be mixed together to become toxic. According to the UN, to facilitate this would be a tall order.
The HCFC hydrochlorofluorocarbon gas canisters, commonly referred to as refrigerant canisters, are widely available because they're used to refill refrigerators and air conditioners. However, they're disposable and their repurposing or refilling would require technical modification of the valve. Technical expertise and equipment would be needed to modify the valve to refill the canisters with liquids or compressed gas.
The report gave no clear indications as to how this weapon had been assessed, and if any munitions expert had looked at it to see if it was a plausible device. The claim put forward in the FFM report is that these were filled with something else, okay? But these canisters, there was no device shown for these canisters which would allow them to have been refilled with another chemical. So this is a big question mark in the FFM report. They've taken something, they've constructed a sort of a device which allegedly can be an effective weapon.
The pattern continues in other reports by the fact-finding mission too. A toxic attack in Han Shi-hoon seemed to reinforce Bashar Assad's reputation of a tyrant gassing his own people, even though Damascus denied any involvement. The fact-finding mission provided an extensive analysis of the incident, but somewhat overlooked the fact that the closest the government planes got to Han Shi-hoon that day was 5 kilometers.
The map indicated that the closest to Han Sheikhoun that the aircraft had flown had been approximately 5 kilometers away. Additional information provided by the mechanism referred to 2 aircraft that had taken off from the Shayrat airbase at around the time indicated as above, 10 minutes apart following the same flight path.
This effectively rules out the possibility of an airstrike, throwing a dark shadow of doubt on the version suggesting the government's involvement. Another thing left out about this incident is the fact that some of the alleged victims had been admitted to hospitals before the attack. Some were checked in as patients in a hospital more than 100 kilometers away, just 30 minutes after the incident. The mission didn't seem to present any facts explaining how the ambulance could have covered this distance in under 30 minutes, because to do so, it would have had to go at a speed of more than 200 kilometers per hour to reach the facility.
One of the key problems that there has been, in investigation of many of the alleged attacks has been a reliance upon NGOs, reliance upon organizations which are not independent. Really, the bigger question is raised as to how much have international organizations, UN, OPCW, been subjected to external pressure in order to generate particular findings which serve their geopolitical goals.
The war in Syria almost normalized the use of chemicals in warfare. But it seems that the very mission that was established to find out the facts as to who bears most of the blame has been just a bit selective as to which facts to look for.